Welcome to this edition of The Take. I'm your host as always, Ken Dix here on this January 27, 2022 on a Thursday night. I'm glad you're here to join us here on The Take, the pop culture, the hub of pop culture, the entertainment throughout the week. What's going on through the week? So, join in the conversation using the hashtag Take Here on Connect. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on The Take. Let's get to it. Let's get to the big story. The big story this week is what a big story we're going to be talking about. Have you ever witnessed that a sitting U.S. president, we know probably off mic that they cuss and use profane words, say stuff that's unbelievable, but this person, yeah, Trump, yeah, he broke the mold. But have you ever heard the sitting current U.S. president, President Joe Biden, cursed at a Fox News reporter and said this?
Will you take questions on inflation then?
Thank you. Thank you
Do
all.
you think inflation is a political liability?
That's a great asset. More inflation. What a stupid son of a bitch.
Wow, President Joe Biden setting new precedents, even cursing out the reporters and stuff. Even the reporter asked him about inflation, and President Joe Biden let him have it. You never would thought you would see that, but you know, you can't be surprised because I think President Trump, former President Trump, set the precedents of you don't care, and you're president. Just because you're president of the United States doesn't mean that you can say what you speak on your mind and stuff. But I don't know. I guess the president made an email life with Fox News. But we'll get to Fox News and the rest of this little story later on in the political rundown. Stay tuned for that one. All right, in celebrity news, another landmark case that rapper CardiB won big in her defamation lawsuit against YouTube blogger Tasha K. CardiB defeated Tasha K over the court's ruling siding with CardiB, saying that Tasha K was providing lies and fabrications and stuff like that about CardiB with the P word and stuff. So I think CardiB win big. Tasha K kind of had made a response with this.
And a 2-year-old son. My platform creates news and sheds light on the issues going on in our society. My First Amendment right poses a threat to the machine's sole intention to mislead the public with caricatures built on violence, selling sex, and images of a denounced stereotype. Look at Chicago and LA and various other cities that can't even sit in their own living room and braid their kids' hair without worrying about bullets flying through and killing their children. My First Amendment right was painted to the public and courts as a bully, vile, and malicious towards a machine that glorifies a lifestyle meant to serve as modern-day genocide on our people. A machine that clearly influences our children on how to kill, sell their bodies, and more. You can't bully someone or something that takes pride in painting our children and teaching our children to be degenerates. And if you are a public figure that pushes this image and this lifestyle for likes and views and a way to make money in our society, then I and we have the duty.
Why is Tasha K talking about the digital media? I mean, media is just media. Digital, print, whatever you want to call it, it's still media. But I think she thinks she's a part of the media. This is her own opinion. But CardiB, let's hear some comments on what she thought of her winning right here.
My Lord,
Oh, the dream team.
hard.
The 2020 dream team.
Very hard for the past 3 years, busting their ass. Almost four. Yeah. And you know, it's been very frustrating. You know, sometimes I feel like we was not getting no results because we kept, you know, trying to just stop this. Stop.
I know what you mean, CB.
And thank you, girls. Thank you.
Did you say something to your fans that couldn't make it here?
I want to say thank you, Cardi Gang. Thank you guys for always keeping me strong. Thank you for knowing who I really am. You know, like I said, so many salacious lies have been told about me. But I feel like I'm a person that don't like to show my emotions to the world, because sometimes I feel like my emotions can get used against me. So sometimes I don't know if people get to know who I really am and how I really feel. But I'm not like this monster that people make me out to be. And I want to say thank you for always believing in me, always playing my music, always being there for me. I love you.
Yeah, CardiB winning and winning big over Tasha K. And Tasha K kind of had to pay CardiB over $4.4 million. A lot of people saying she don't have it, but I mean, you talk the big game, now you got to pay up. All right, we move forward to another story on talk shows this week. We know on The Real that Jeannie Mai has been MIA due to her getting prepared for a pregnancy. Well, she took a paternity leave, her giving birth to her and Jesus' baby. But she came back on the show and revealed what the sex of the baby is. But this.
Okay, so I am very excited to share that Monica Mai Jenkins is a girl.
Yep, it's a girl for Jeannie Mai and Jeezy.
It feels relieving to tell you guys, because I've been waiting to tell you guys too.
Jeannie made the big reveal on Wednesday's episode of The Real, and her co-hosts, Lonnie Love, Adrian Houghton, and Garcelle Bouvet have the best reactions. Proud mama also shares why she's happy to be a girl mom.
We talked about bonding with the girl, and like the choices of fashion for a girl and all the things that we love being a woman, so I get it. There's just so many reasons why raising a little girl is such an honor to me, and I would have been happy with anything, but to have Monica, I can't tell you, I feel chosen. It's emotional.
And Jeannie's gut feeling about having a girl was right.
Do you think it's a boy or do you think it's a girl?
I will tell you, Jeezy straight up thinks it's a boy.
He thinks
straight
it's a
up.
boy, okay.
I am still open for debate because the emotions, I know this is crazy, but expecting moms, you'll get what I'm saying. You feel your baby's personality, and this is very emotional. Like the things, like the feels and the sensitivity, I'm like, where are the men out here that are like that? I haven't seen one yet, so unless I made one, dope. But like, until then, I don't know.
You think it's a girl, he thinks it's a boy. I love it.
There's been lots of surprises coming from the Jenkins lately. Just last week, the talk show host revealed her firstborn's name while giving fans a tour of her nursery.
So this picture was taken in Monaco, France, which is why this nursery is themed after baby Jay's name, Monaco. That's really the theme of the nursery, is what Monaco is about. Family, moments, traveling, discussions, important key points in my life and Jeezy's life that brought Monaco here.
Jeannie also shared the meaning behind the moniker.
It's special because it's the first place that Jay and I traveled to when we were dating, and it's the first place that we ever established what was going on with us.
On January 11th, The Real co-host announced the exciting news of baby Monaco's arrival alongside a sweet snap of a baby blanket.
Love can do anything to change your life.
Oh, I love it so much.
And now, Jeannie is showing fans what motherhood is really like, posting this candid photo of herself showing an unfiltered look at her postpartum body. In the caption, she writes, quote, "While being a new mom is the most exhilarating moment I have ever experienced in my life, nothing prepared me for postpartum. Nothing. The fourth trimester has been the hardest trimester yet, but I'm a happy, healing mom over here."
I can't explain to you how many visions jumped into my head this moment I put that little girl into my hands. I thought about my relationship with Mama Mai. That already, I can't wait to have that bond with Monaco.
Yes, Jeannie Mai revealed the sex of the baby is a girl. And a lot of people was trying to comment that she's going to make this baby be whatever this baby want to be. You want to be a boy or a girl. There was allegedly rumors, but it's a girl, so it's Moroccan. So Morocco, whatever you want to call it. But Jeannie Mai a little bit cloud nine now that she finally has a baby of her own. And congratulations to her and Jeezy. You can tell Lonnie Love was kind of elated. She stomped on the chair like she was about to have a baby herself. Don't be shocked, Jeannie, that Adrian might want the baby too. She'd be slightly happy for you and then jealous at the end, so you never know. You gotta keep your eye on it. Speaking of that, rapper Kanye West went to social media and said that he's going to release Donda 2 and he's going to work with producer Future on this project. The project's supposed to come out on February 22nd, 2022. So I'm thinking that's on a Tuesday or Friday, one of the two. But look out for Kanye West dropping out that bombshell that he's dropping another album with Donda. Don't be surprised he make mention of Kim and Pete Davidson and that whole love triangle fiasco stuff. I'm telling you. So yeah, what it is. Also too, on Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil had a conservative author named Matt Walsh who disagreed with these two LGBTQ gender binary people who consider themselves as women. But Matt Walsh put it to the test and put it to the answer to ask them, what is a woman and what is your definition of a woman? And here's what the two LGBT non-binary folks said.
My name is Matt Walsh, and I've written a book called Johnny the Walrus. This book is about identity and imagination. He identifies as a walrus, and his mom's a little silly. She takes it seriously and thinks he really is a walrus. So she went on her phone, and there are people telling her that this isn't pretend. He's really a walrus. And his mother takes him to the doctor to have him surgically transitioned and gets him walrus hormone pills, and then eventually tries to drop him off at a zoo to live with other walruses. Not only topping the Amazon charts, my book has taken the world by storm.
You're saying that there should be no construct of gender, just sex. You're either male or female.
Right.
And someone feeling in a mental, emotional way that they don't identify with the sex that they have been biologically created as and assigned at birth based on their genitalia. If they don't feel that way, that there's no construct that describes that, experiences that.
Well, that's got nothing to do with the realities. You can feel however you want. I mean, I could sit here and say that I feel like a tomato plant, but that doesn't mean that I'm actually in those things. So your self-perception, you can have whatever self-perception you want, but you can't expect me to take part in that self-perception or to take part in this kind of charade, this theatrical production. You don't get your own pronouns, just like you don't get your own prepositions or your own adjectives. You know, it's like if I were to tell you, my adjectives are handsome and brilliant, and whenever you're talking about me, you have to describe me as handsome and brilliant because that's how I identify. It makes no sense. You don't get your own pronouns. That's grammar. That's language.
So you think it's a delusion? Someone is self-delusional.
Yeah, I think it's delusion. It could be mental illness. It could be it's a lot of different things. With children, wow. You know, there's also just a basic confusion that all kids have. Like that's why when you hear a parent say, "Oh, my 4-year-old son came to me and said that I'm a girl now, and so that's what I'm gonna raise him as a girl." No, you're a 4-year-old. I have 4 kids. When a 4-year-old boy comes to you and says, "Oh, I'm a girl," here's a good follow-up question: what is a girl? Ask him what he means by that. What do you mean by girl? And when you ask him that, here's what he'll tell you. He will tell you what he really means is that he wants to do some of the things that girls do, like play with the dollhouse, or you know, he likes the color pink. That's fine, play with the dollhouse, but you're still their being.
Interesting. So I'm trying to understand. Your definition is that a woman is someone who is female. You said, right?
Correct. Is a biological female.
So what happens if we have maybe someone who is female, identifies as a woman, right? You know, cisgender woman, right? As you just explained, maybe doesn't have the ability to reproduce. Maybe doesn't have those organs that you're talking about that are reproductive organs.
I have answered the question. You stood up here and said trans women are women.
Yes.
Tell me what you mean. What is a woman?
Womanhood is something that, just as Ethan explained, I cannot define because I am not myself.
You used the word, so what did you mean when you said trans women are women if you don't know what it means?
Right? So here's...
Yeah, Matt Walsh trying to speak it out and trying to put it out there. Like I said, to each his own. Oh, you do you. Oh, you. I do me. You do. Oh, we don't cross. You know, hey, if that what makes you happy, if you want to be like Demi Lovato and all of them. Like Demi Lovato was born a woman, but she considered herself a they, and you got to say pronouns to that fact. And Matt Walsh said, you shouldn't supposed to use pronouns, but now these days, they want to use pronouns. So they is supposed to be two people, and they in the the alphabet community is like a person. So, hey, to each his own. I'm not finna, get into the gists of that. So, to each his own. Speaking of that, Janet Jackson, other news, Janet Jackson having this docuseries coming out tomorrow. It'll be on Lifetime A&E. Janet Jackson recounting her whole career, her family life, her personal struggles, and the Super Bowl incident. Let's look at a little sneak peek of this.
I think over the course of filming the documentary, some quite big and sad kind of moments happened in Janet's life. But by that point in producing the documentary, I think Janet and I had this kind of bond where she was happy to talk to me about these things and be very open. And I think that comes across in the documentary. She doesn't shy away from talking about difficult experiences. She doesn't shy away from talking about sad events in her life.
Yeah, Janet Jackson recounting everything. Even she said her own brother Michael Jackson, the late great Michael Jackson, used to call her names like a pig, an animal of the book. Well, Janet ain't trying to say what she probably called Michael, but the people were speculating about him throughout his lifetime. I can tell if she's saying that about what Michael said about her, she had to say something harsh about him. So ain't no question, ain't no telling about that. So hey, Janet Jackson docuseries coming out tomorrow and Saturday. Look out for Viral as a reaction to Janet Jackson. What did we pick up? What did we see that was missing from the show? Like any gems or anything like that. So we'll look out for Viral this Sunday for the Janet Jackson reaction and review. All right, we'll be back with more Take. Don't go anywhere. This is The Take on Connect TV. Welcome back to The Take. I'm your host as always, Ken Dix here. Glad you can join us here on The Take on this Thursday, January 27th, 2022. Yes, I'm your host as always, Ken Dix here, joining the conversation using the hashtag Take here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is king. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit the subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on The Take. So we got a lot to get to. Let's get to on the political rundown. The political rundown this week. Now we know that Laura Ingraham is a Fox News reporter, and she's been trying to be on the conservative side to point out things President Biden ain't doing right. Well, Laura Ingraham gets the preferential treatment being mocked on SNL as well as Candace Own. Let's look at the sketch right quick.
Are so bad in Biden's America, even according to former Wendy's spokesgirl Jen Psaki. Take a look at what she said at a press conference this week.
Build Back Better has not passed. Voting rights apparently not going to pass. And vaccine requirements, they are apparently illegal. What happened?
We are not good people. The American public should vote us out.
First true thing she's ever said. is on its last legs, folks. Liberals want to take away everything that makes you American. For example, guns, hamburgers, Morgan Wallen. I don't care if he uses a slur, I just want to dance. Your backup guns. Commercial where the whole family is the same thing. Using the word mayonnaise. It's aioli all of a sudden? No thanks, Lin-Manuel. And finally, missionary.
Okay, you saw the sketch from SNL. Now, let's look at what Laura Ingram's reaction and Candace Owens' reaction of them being impersonated by the SNL actors. Take a look.
Now, there's a reason I like Kate McKinnon. I have so much respect for her as a talent. She's so even-handed in her political commentary, but seriously, think of all the low-hanging fruit provided by Joe Biden and Nancy Pelosi. Little PDB and the squad on a near daily basis. I mean, I think this is kind of comedy gold, don't you? I can do a pretty decent Nancy Pelosi. I like doing Kate McKinnon, doing me, because she's kind of fun, right? She's very even-handed in her political humor. People say she doesn't make fun of the other side. I'm sure she does. Wait, they're telling me she doesn't? She has to. Okay, I'll come in. Here's my deal. I will come in to SNL. I've actually hung backstage a few times. You didn't know I was there. I'll do Nancy Pelosi, the impression of Pelosi, for free. I'm a member of SAG, but I'll do it.
Yes, I have seen this, and I would imagine that we probably have a clip of that we can all watch together.
My next guest is here to address the voting rights bill, which would make it easier for minorities to vote and harder for white people in Florida to vote twice. Please welcome my one black friend, Candace Owens.
Martin Luther King would have voted for Trump.
Hello to you, too.
Liberals try to make everything about race. To quote the only words that Martin Luther King ever said, "I have a dream." That's it. End of quote. Nothing about money or jobs or schools, unless you count his tombstone, which says, "Great job, gang. Racism over."
I hope people at home are writing this down.
Thanks, Laura. You know, it's my greatest honor to continue to fight for African Americans, no matter how many times they ask me to stop.
Thank you, Candace.
You know, first and foremost, I was just like, I feel like you could pick somebody that looks a little bit more like me. But to me, it's interesting to kind of consider what's happening here is, first, I don't know why the depiction is of Candace Owens being stupid. So you have a black woman that's willing to portray another black woman in a stereotype that we're stupid and uninformed and that we're puppets, to white Americans. The great irony being that the Saturday Night Live writers is a predominantly white writing crew, which means that this is directly something that a bunch of white people sat around in a room and decided to write, mocking black people that ordained the thing for themselves. So I think it's sad for the actress. I don't know who she is, but I think it's sad for the actress that for a small paycheck she would do that. I certainly wouldn't. I would not, mock somebody thinking for themselves, or especially portraying them as if they're just monkey stupid, which is what this clip was meant to be a portrayal of. That said, I always say that comedy, even though that none of that is funny to me, is a protected space. So you won't hear me screaming and yelling about it. I'm not easily offended.
Like Laura Ingraham was kind of put a bit off that she'll play Nancy Pelosi since she got a SAG card. Candace Owens looked like she was a little bit not bothered by it, but she was more bothered by the actress playing her, saying the actress is lost and stuff like that. That's what you do when you're playing impersonations. You impersonate them and you impersonate the others just to get a little hint that you made it. When someone impersonates you on SNL, you officially made it. That's what they say. All right. On news this week, Lil Debbie announced to launch a snack cake inspired ice cream flavors. Okay, I'm all for Lil Debbie. Like I eat like the brownies and stuff like that. The stuff like that. Anything chocolate related. But them with the oatmeal cream pies, yeah. My parents eat that. They love that crap. Well, to each his own. Everybody got their own type of flavor. And it just ain't made my flavor. I'm telling you right now. Ugh. All right. And finally, the viral video of the week. The viral video of the week is, well, we don't have a video, but we have this, everything that's going viral right now. People are talking about socialite Khloe Kardashian being caught on her hands on the wheel and having her hands pasty white after probably getting a tan. And you see these pictures right here. And even people are making fun of her with some saying it looks like chicken feed and look like it's dry and pasty. I think Khloe just coming out from a relationship that she thought she can fix and work out with Tristan that done her so wrong. She keeps on trying to make it work. Khloe, stop. Just move on. Just move forward. But she can't never move forward because she always making a fool out of herself. When some women will learn. I'm telling you. Some women. Alright. Thank you all for watching this edition of The Take on this Thursday, January 22nd. I've been your host, Kenny Dick, saying so long, and we'll see you next week for another edition of The Take. See you later.